Do the Chicago Bears need a third tight end? Simple question. Type Y for yes, type N for no. I believe they do need someone behind Cole Kmet and Robert Tonyan. What say you? Y for yes or N for no? I'm Harrison Graham. You are watching Chicago Bears Now. O.J. Howard is now a free agent after the Raiders released him on Tuesday. So my immediate thought was the Bears need a third tight end. Could they sign O.J. Howard? Well, let's dive into him, see what he's been up to as of late, the veteran tight end. And quite frankly, it's kind of been a quick downfall for Howard. His first 3 years, he averaged just under 500 yards per year, had 1,456 on 94 catches, 12 touchdowns, average over 15 yards per catch. That was kind of his whole deal. It's like, this almost feels like a receiver playing tight end. But in his last 3 years, granted some injuries have popped up, only 35 catches. The targets have gone down by like 60%. 426 yards, just 5 touchdowns. 12.2 still good yards per catch on average, but that has dipped by more than 3 yards per catch. And you're kind of like, that's kind of a weird downfall for a guy who's not that old. I think he's 28 now. It's not like he's 35 and he's just fallen off a cliff because of father time. It's very strange that he has not been able to scratch 150 yards in a season since 2019. That's a bit bizarre. After hitting 450, 430 plus in each of his first 3 years. I mean, this was a guy who was like, okay, he's a starting level tight end. I mean, he's not a superstar, but he's a pretty damn good player. To now, it's like he's struggling to stick on a roster at this point in time. Do think there's value here for the Bears potentially, so we will certainly discuss that. Okay, new month, new battle. Let's start fast, and then let's finish it at the end of August. I am challenging Mitchell Renz and the Raiders Report to a subscriber battle for the month of August here at Chat Sports. We're starting 0-0 here. Bears Now, no new subs as of filming this. Raiders Report, no new subs at this exact moment. We're going to try and take them down this month. We took care of the Cowboys Report and Tom Downey. Now I'm coming for Mitchell Renz and the Raiders Report. If you want daily Chicago Bears content, hit that subscribe button, and let's take down those Vegas boys. Come on, they suck anyway at football. Let's beat them in subscribers as well. Okay, back to O.J. Howard. One thing you know for sure, he's not much of a blocker. He wasn't that coming out of college. He hasn't been that in the NFL. So if you're in the camp of you want the number 3 tight end to be more of a blocking tight end, the O.J. Howard probably isn't for you. That being said, Cole Kmet, Robert Tonyan, that's set. You know who your 1-2 punch is. I would still have a lot of interest in O.J. Howard. Jake Tonges, Chase Allen, Jared Pinkney, who you picked up recently, Stephen Carlson. It's not like it's Murderer's Row competing for that number 3 spot. I still think it's an upgrade at tight end 3, even though there are legitimate questions about O.J. Howard. Can he be somewhat productive? Here's the thing. You probably don't need him to be that productive. Be a guy who can come in occasionally in the red zone, still give you some juice as a red zone target. I would be fine with that. If Kmet and Tonyan are healthy, they can probably convert 90% of the snaps you need at that tight end position. But we know Luke Getsy in the Shanahan scheme is going to use some 2 tight end sets, occasionally even 3. Be nice to have a reliable third tight end, at least somewhat reliable, somewhat proven. O.J. Howard's at least done it in this league. Guys you have behind Kmet and Tonyan, they have not. I would still certainly be interested in O.J. Howard. What say you? Should the Bears sign O.J. Howard? Type S for sign, or you can type P for pass. I'd like to get him on board. We'll see if Ryan Poles agrees. More Justin Fields hype. ESPN's Mike Greenberg is the latest person in the national media to jump on the Justin Fields bandwagon. We'll discuss that in just a moment. But week 1 is just over a month away, folks, and it's against those hated Packers. FGB. FGB. Pick up an FGB Bears t-shirt today, right now, chatsports.com/FGB. If you got one last year, get another one, get a new one, get one for a friend, your son, your dad, whatever. Let's get the FGB movement going for week 1 because we got to bring that energy against the Packers. Link is in the comments and in the description, chatsports.com/FGB. Here's Greeny of ESPN on Justin Fields. He says, starting in week 7 of last season, while he was running for his life and throwing to a receiving core that was pedestrian at best, Fields had the 4th highest QBR in the league behind only Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, and Josh Allen. Now he is set to follow Hurts and Allen again. Those two are the modern template for modern quarterback development. They're talented. They were in need of patience. good coaching, and now look at them. Fields is exactly the same. Frankly, he was a better prospect than either of them, which I agree with. The final piece of the puzzle came this offseason with the Bears' acquisition of DJ Moore. He says they are hoping he can be to Fields what Stefon Diggs and A.J. Brown are to their quarterbacks. The people of Chicago have been waiting all of their lives. Fields is going to be the next superstar quarterback. Now, we discussed on Tuesday morning Dan Orlovsky, colleague of Mike Greenberg, who played quarterback in the NFL, obviously does a lot of film study, what his reasons to why Fields could be entering superstardom. So I'll just kind of tie this in here. He mentioned DJ Moore, trading for him, improving that wide receiver unit, picking up Darnell Wright and Nate Davis to bolster the offensive line, and second year with Luke Getsy. Orlovsky also added that year two quarterbacks in the system throw, on average, for 4,100 yards and 32 touchdowns. Doesn't mean Fields is going to do that, but the point is the ingredients are there. I completely agree with these guys. Like, what I will say is I'm going to challenge Fields a little bit here. It's on your shoulders. Justin Fields has got to embrace what's ahead of him. And to be fair, I think he has. I think he knows what's at stake. He's a first in the building, last to leave type of guy. He's constantly in the gym working out, watching tape, doing all that stuff. Now it's about producing on Sundays. Good start to training camp, all is well on that front. Matt Eberflus, by the way, mentioned that starters will probably play a little bit during the preseason. Unclear how much. They have not finalized that. But as far as what Justin Fields can be, he's got enough around him. Is it perfect? No. But unless there's multiple severe injuries, I don't think we're going to be sitting here and saying, well, Justin's just not getting the adequate help. That was last year, and that was true last year. This year, I don't anticipate that being the case. He's got enough help. It's on his shoulders to go out there and do it. Let's shift gears a little bit. Scott Pioli, former NFL GM, has talks about the Bears on NFL Network earlier on Tuesday, and he spent some time with Ryan Poles, who he knows very well. This is what he said. He said, "I've known Poles since I hired him in 2009 in Kansas City. Poles is this great combination of strength, confidence, intelligence, and humility. He was very open with his relationships with Matt Eberflus and President Kevin Warren. What I saw was how collaborative they were." And that's been pretty well documented from different reporters, folks attending camp, spending time with the Bears front office in the offseason, is all three of these guys are working hand in hand, and that's how it should be. The GM should talk to the team president about things, to the head coach, and collaborate and kind of discuss, okay, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? I don't think that happened before. I don't think Ted Phillips had enough football knowledge, to be frank, to even be in those conversations, or at least being worthy of being in those conversations. Kevin Warren's been around football his entire life. So I think that synergy is real. I believe it at this point. Now, if they don't win on the football field, no one cares. But I think that synergy is going to help this team become a winner on and off the field, and I'm excited to see how it unfolds. It's good to see someone who hired Ryan Poles way back in the day kind of see his rise in this business, and now that he's leading the Chicago Bears. Do you believe in this Bears regime? I do. I'm typing B for believe. If you don't, if you're not sold on it, type D for don't. Obviously, they got to produce on Sundays. They got to win games, but I think everything is headed in the right direction. Subscribe now if you love the Bears. Do not miss out on any of our coverage. Let's take down the Raiders report this month and new subscribers. They're kind of the kingpin here at Chat Sports, I'll be honest with you. Let's see if we can unseat them for the month of August.